Okay. Once again, thank you for joining our today's webinar. My name is Shafkat Emilev, and I'm working for the Prime PMO Project Management Consulting Company. And today our session is dedicated for the 4D-BIM Project Planning and Scheduling Essentials. So before the session, you all received my emails and with the agenda and also with attached brochures, which will give you the initial idea about the solution. I know here some of the people are already users of the Power Project, so for them to see the BIM part will be very interesting. Okay, so today's our agenda. First of all, I'll just give you short information about the Prime PMO company, also the short information about the general information about the Power Project, and we are going to focus on the 4D BIM part. Okay, first of all, who we are the Prime PMO Project Management Consulting Company. We do provide the different type of the services as a PMO services, consulting and implementation services, which includes the enterprise project portfolio management, 4D and 5D planning, the project analytics and diagnostics, BIM management, time location or time change planning, facility data management, and the visualization of the data, business intelligence reporting. Also, we have the different type of the trainings. As we are the consulting company, we do suggest to our clients the best solutions which are on the market, which we believe for the EPPM, it is the Power Project and the Oracle Primavera. For the 4D planning, it's a Power Project. Bitcon is for the cost estimation. Economos is for the facility data management, 6D and 7D. For the schedule analytics and the diagnostics and the risk analysis, it's the Deltek Acumen, and Primavera Schedule Reader. So more information will be able to visit our website and see all information over there. So a little history about the Power Project. Actually, the Power Project has been on the market over the 30 years from now on, 30 years. However, for the last 5 years, it's been awarded, 5 years in a row, it's been awarded as the best project management and the planning product. Mostly it's been used in the UK, however, right now it is very demanding in the United States, in the Middle East countries, also in Europe and the Asia side. So it is available in the 10 languages. Some of the Power Project where it has been used, as I mentioned, mostly were used in Euro part. So we have a lot of projects where the Power Project took a place, such as the London UKI, Eden project in the Middle East, Jumeirah part, renovation of the Reichstag Berlin, in a different type of the project. So we can say that it's been used in the residential buildings, in the commercial buildings, also for the infrastructure projects as well, for the different industrial projects, industrial plants projects. Okay, so you can see here some of the Power Project customers from different parts of the world. If you are the part of it, so you'll be able to ask your IT or from the headquarters where actually it's been used. Okay, so what is it Power Project and what does it consist of? First of all, it's a core scheduling tool. So whatever you have as a functionalities in the Primavera Physics or in MS Project, you all have these functionalities in the Power Project as well, even more. So such as the earned value analysis, the S-curve reports, the risk management, and the line of balance methodology. So all these modules are already included into the Power Project. The business intelligence report. So this is a direct integration which don't require any other third parties application to be used in order to transfer your scheduled data into the, for example, the Power BI application. So it takes directly all your information from the Power Project database and visualize it. Site Progress Mobile, it's a real-time, it's application on for your mobile or the tablet, which allows you to update the progress directly from the site. So you'll be able to log in to the Site Progress mobile application, see your WBS structure, your activities, enter the progress, take a picture, add the notes, and send it back to your main schedule. Free project viewer is for those who doesn't have the Powerproject license. It allows everyone see the schedule without any issues. And the last part is 4D-BIM. So the 4D-BIM part is actually the new model which called the BIM in Powerproject. So it combines your schedule with the 3D model, and this is our main topic which we are going to speak about and which I'm going to demonstrate as well. So what it includes the Powerproject? First of all, the portfolio management. So we are able to see the number of the project that we have just in the one application. I see the information which we require. We are able to add any other different columns which we would like to see. Also, moreover, we have our Gantt chart with our project and the baseline data. It includes the resource management. So we are able to manage our resource with the Powerproject. We are able to create a different type of the resource, allocate the number of the resource in particular activities, how many days they are going to work, how many hours as well. See below the histograms, which helps us for the proper resource planning. Cost and income management. So we have a different type of the categories for the cost or for the income. So you don't have to have only one cost center, which is the project cost, and have everything over there. No, but with the Powerproject, you're able to categorize your cost information and also see with the histograms your total project cost, the total income, and see the net value, net cash flow diagrams as well. So all these are dynamic. So whenever you are changing or you're doing your plan, you are able to see how the values are changing as well. It includes the earned value analysis. I know in the attendees, we have a lot of earned value planners and the forensic planner schedulers. So this functionality will help them a lot. The possibilities of getting the earned value, there is a few ways based on the duration, cost, the resource effort, or overall person waging. So this module is included into the Powerproject. The same as the risk analysis, we are able to have the basic risk analysis reports like for the duration likelihood, the cost likelihoods, distributions, also see the values for the margin likelihoods and the distribution. So this model as well included into the Powerproject. The powerful report generation, really awesome in the Powerproject because first of all, the coloring which you are able to do is unlimited, but beside the coloring, it has the it contains the different information which you have on your project. You can have your structure, WBS structure, your activity structure, the supportive histograms. Also, if you are working with the BIM model or with the 3D model, you are able to have your 3D model as well in the reporting with the legend information, with your company logos, and so on. Now, the business intelligence report, as I was mentioning, it takes directly data from your schedule and bring it into the such applications like the Power BI. In this case, for example, we are able to see all our projects, the status of our project, what is the planned percentage complete, the actual percentage complete, different widgets which can be personalized per your requirement, for example, the map. Okay. As a Powerproject has an open API structure, so there is a possibility to integrate with the other systems. With the P6 and the Microsoft project, there is no issue with the integration because it's directly open the native file of the P6 and the Microsoft project, and you are able to save the same in the native files. A lot of our clients are integrating with SAP, for example, or with Tileless. So, okay, let's come to the topic of the production of the 4D BIM. How actually we can create our 4D BIM plan. First of all, if you have your Primavera schedule, MS project schedule, or Power project schedule, you are able directly open these schedules in the Power project. And sorry, when you have, for example, if your design company or a design department are working in any application, 3D or design application, which can export in IFC file format, you are able to import it into the Power project and get your 4D plan. So the important part is to have your 3D model into the IFC file format. So once you have your schedule with the model, you are able to get it into the Power project for the 4D BIM planning. In a moment, I'm going to show how we can actually get from the Primavera file and also combine 3D model with the Primavera schedule. Here are some of the examples of the 4D BIM project planning. This is a residential buildings, which you can do. For example, as I mentioned also, you can have a different type of the project. It doesn't matter, it has no limits. So whether you are working on the road, bridge, or the house development, or any commercial building project, once you have your 3D model in IFC file format, you are able to create your schedule or combine your current schedule with that model. Okay. So I'm going to switch to the live demo. If you have any questions regarding the presentation, please type them. Okay, so as a result, what we are able to see, the interface of Power Project is very user-friendly, as it looks like the Microsoft product. However, it is not. It is developed by the Elecasoft company, UK. So the estimation was that the user-friendly interface actually would look like as a Microsoft product, as the users already got used to that interface. And they were right, because the Power project is very easy solution to learn, so it cuts a learning curve. Okay, so what we can see over here. First of all, our structure of our schedule. So what we have, our structure, a site setup. This is our WBS structure, which we can easily navigate among them. We can see our spreadsheet with the possibility adding of the different unlimited number of the columns. So you have here the most used and required columns for the project. So as a Power project has been mostly focused on for the construction project, so you can see all the information. Even though if you, for example, if you don't have the particular column which gives you the certain value, you are able to create your own formulas. Like the same in Excel, you can create your own formulas. So now, the Gantt chart with information about our activities, our baseline activities with the different progress periods. So one important thing is in the Power project, we are able to create a different progress period. So whether you're updating your progress monthly base, the weekly base, daily base, you can have all of them over here. And you can also track what was the entered progress last week or the months ago. And our model. So our model, what we are able to do with our model, first of all, this is not the design solution. You have to understand this is for the project control and for the project planning solution, but it has included the BIM part model. In the BIM part tab, we are able to, for example, go to the perspective mode, seeing what is inside our model, easily navigate around it, select the particular element. For example, let me select this element. This is the door. Let me select this wall. And what also we can do in this case, we are able to see the properties pane. So the properties pane, all the property information is coming from your design solution which you are working. For example, if it's Revit or AutoCAD, so what type of the properties it has, it will bring all the information to the Power project. For us, it is important to see the calculated area and the volume. So here we have the quantities. Later on, I will show you how we can take the quantities and put it into our schedule as well. Now, the I will not mention about the saving the screenshots, the snapshots, which we are able to do, but I will go directly how we can actually work and navigate among our project. Let's say, for example, I would like to see all the fifth floor activity. So what I can do is I'm able to see on my spreadsheet just with easy navigation. I'm just able to see all the activities which are on the fifth floor. So here are my elements which I want. If I want to see the fourth floor, so I can just select both my WBS or the summary activities and just see them as well. Okay. Now, once we are able to navigate easily, for example, one of the parts which is very important is the timeline. Is see how the simulation is going on. So on the top we have our timeline. For example, if we run our timeline, we are able to see how our project is being constructed. We can also track our activities. We can pause it. For example, I can pause it and I can easily see, okay, we are right now, the highlighted part is the activity which we are involved. So we can see this is the first slab, the first floor slab. So we are doing the first floor slab. So the drop line, which indicates our timeline, will show you the direct information, which activities we are currently performing. Also to see the visual effect of it as well. Now, we can easily navigate. Let's say we would like to see what will be the status of the July, when we'll reach the end of the July. So once I change my timeline, we are able to see which elements we are working on right now, and on the schedule on the on the Gantt chart, we can also track them as well. Possibility of creating the fly paths for the better visualization is also important. So whenever you are going to report it, you can create your fly paths or the camera movement in order to see or focus on particular elements that you are that, for example, the cost effective or very important or related to the critical tasks. So once our timeline is running, we can also track the activities that we are monitoring and see how our schedule is going on. Now, another question is, okay, we had our schedule and our planned schedule, but what if we would like to track our schedule with the baseline information? How we can work with BIM part. So in this case, there is a comparison model, which is taking the information data from our baseline activities. So there are the settings which indicates, for example, the comparison simulation use the baseline dates, highlighting the live project difference. So in this case, we are going to see the live project difference. Like this is the sample we have. This is a sample that we have in our part. Let me just run it again and you will see the difference, not only on the Gantt chart, but also in your 3D model. Okay. Okay, so the highlighted red parts are the activities which are on delay. For example, we have here our walls. So in our live schedule, so if I will make it like this, our live schedule, you are not able to see these walls, but in our schedule means it's right over here, our walls. By my baseline activities, we're already supposed to start our walls activity in the first floor. So this is my baseline information, and this is my elements or the walls that I supposed to already start. But in my actual information, I don't have them. So the visual effect, seeing the difference, is very important. Also, for example, beside that, there is supportive histograms. If you're also putting the cost information into your schedule, you can see all your project cost or the project income divided or seeing or in the monthly or the total cost or the monthly cost. All this information is available, so you can test it by yourself as well. Now, as a second example that I wanted to show is the infrastructure project. So this is a sample with a bridge and road construction. So below histogram, what we are able to see is a number of the resource that we have are particularly working or allocated the monthly base. So we have a number of the resources. For example, in this case, we have our the piling rock decks options, and this is a team of the resources that are working. Our structure of the our plan. Let's say we have the south support, or let me select the south road and show this view in my 3D part. So this is my south road. You can see if I go to the bridge, so I want to see the bridge one. So this is my bridge, which I'm able to see. Now, selecting the particular elements will directly navigate to the activity which you are working. So if something you see wrong in the elements or coming earlier or later, you can easily go to your schedule and check whether the linking are correct, whether the sequence are right in this case or not. So let me show you how the simulation works in this case. Whenever we run our simulation, I can easily navigate on it, so I can pause this. For example, the highlighted part is our support. So we can see that we are right now in August, in the middle of August, and our support activities going on. So which activities also we are doing. So instead of going into the Gantt chart, I can simply check it on my 3D model view, and I'm able to see which activities are currently going on. I can continue my simulation, and you are able to see them as well, how my plan will be. Besides that, you are able to get the site objects as well. So if you would like to enter any object like the scaffolding or the site office or the tower crane, you can add it into the Powerproject as well. Okay, so now let's go to the topic, and I'm going to demonstrate you how actually we can create the 4D plan. So first of all, I'm going to open directly XCR file. So I have here my project. This is the auto with the searches. This is the name of my P6 file. Or for example, you can open the MS project as well, so it directly supports all this format. The native file of the Primavera or MS project file. Now I'm going to open it. I will use the P6 template in order to get all my activities. So whatever information you have in your P6 file, you will have the same in Powerproject. Your WBS structure, your resource information, different calendars, so you can have a different calendars as well over here. So all the information which your project consists, you are able to bring it into Powerproject as well. So as a next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my IFC model. So I will just load it. This is the IFC file. This is my 3D model which I exported. I'm going to open, and I'm going to open. While my model is loading, the loading time depends on how big and how loaded your model is. With the small models, it will not take too much time. Of course, with the huge models, it will take, as a first opening or the first import, it will take a bit more time. However, for the later when you are going to work on open your project and save it, it will open much faster. So while it's opening, I want to mention a few things. So it doesn't matter whether you are working in the road project, the bridge project, or any the house building, the industrial plants project, or the airport project, you are able to bring any model into the Power project. So the only criteria is to get the model into the IFC file format. Okay, so now as my model has been imported into the Power project, this is a hotel sample. So how I'm going to start and with what I'm going to start. I will go to my BIM tab, and what I can see over here, I'm able to see my properties of the model. For example, once you start or you create your 4D schedule, you might receive the revision. So in this case, you are able to manage your revision. So Power Project gives you availability to manage the revisions as well. Now, let me create the one schedule which you will understand, the 4D part. Let's say I have my footings over here. So what I can do with these footings, I can easily go to the selection mode, and I can simply select the elements which I would like to plan and drag and drop it into my activity. So once I drag and drop, right now my activities are linked with my footing schedule. How we can check whether we have linked them or not? Power Project gives you availability for seeing the unscheduled product mode, which allows you, which will disappear or remove the elements which you already planned. So in this case, for example, I have selected a few footings and now they have disappeared. I will take the same, for example, not one by one, but I will select the several elements. So I can just select with holding the shift or control, so I can directly add it to my footing. So I will just add it, or there is a possibility to overwrite. If you want to overwrite, it will remove the previously added elements from your activity. But in my case, I will just edit. I will take this one as well, and I'm going to edit the fast way. I will take another, the last one which I have. The same way I will add it to my IFC footing. So now, how we can check, for example, I will be able to select my activity and show only the selected task option will give me the possibility to see the elements which are related to this activity. So now what else I am able to do with it? So, well, I'm able to set up the build order. For example, I can set up the build order by automatical way, so it will just take the sequential build order, or I can put the building order by myself. So what it will give me, whenever I'm running my time simulation, you will be able to see how actually my elements are going to be built. I'm just moving it, it's very slow. With that, you'll be able to catch that. Okay, so as the next part, what I will do is I will go again to the unscheduled product mode. So I will select the other element, which is, let's say, this one is this is the piers. So I will edit my piers. Then I will select the other elements, which is the foundation walls, and I will edit to my foundation walls. Now, let me go easily to navigate to my foundation. This is my foundation activities. So I can show the view of my Gantt. This is the same what you have my footing, the piers, and the foundation wall activity. So I can run the simulation, and you'll be able to see how it is being constructed. So that much easy it is how you can create your first or your current. You can create your 4D plan from your Primavera with the 3D model. Okay, another ways is possibility, for example, if you want to create your 4D plan from the start. So in this case, I will just open another project. Meantime, I'm able to open the several different Power Project, let's say, the sessions, so I can easily navigate among them without any problems. Okay. So in this part, I'm going to show you how we can create the schedule from our 3D model. So I'm loading the hotel, let's say this is the hotel project, and I don't have any activities. I don't have my WBS structure or the summary activities. What I will do is, again, I can just select, let's say, the elements. So I will select these elements. And I can just drag and drop it into my Gantt chart. So right now, the Power Project has created the activity with this element. So now I can say this is my footing. This is my footing. I can estimate this duration. This is coming automatic way. Now I will go again to the unscheduled mode. And I'm going to select the other rest part and easily add it to my product, to my Gantt, let's say. Okay, this one done. Now, also there is a other way, kind of automatization of creating the activity. For example, we call it the searches, and in the Power Project it's also called searches. Let's say I want to have my foundation wall. So if we go and see the properties, what we are able to see is we are able to give the particular search criteria. So for example, we have the search criteria saying this IFC entity equal to the IFC standard wall case. From where we are getting this information? Of course, we are getting from the properties pane. If I'm going to select my element, so you can see that, okay, the IFC entity called, the value is IFC wall standard case. And my other criteria is the location. So the location equal to the foundation. So we can easily select among our location properties, so from where we would like to get it. So as I can see, this location is under the foundation. Moreover, in the product, I'm able to see, okay, show me all elements which you found, and the Power Project will show you this element. So what we can do from here is I'm able directly create my task. So if I'll just close it, you can see that right now my task has been created. I will do the same with the peers. So I will just create my peers. Okay, so this is my peers. The structure is a bit wrong in this case. Okay. Okay, now I will do very fast linking, so I will just link it. You can link directly with your mouse, and it's very easy. I can just do the summary task, or the WBS. This is my foundation. On the structure of the project, you will be able to see that your structure has also been created. And now I would like to see these elements on my BIM, whether I did everything correct or not. So I can just see the selected activities. Now, if I, for example, reschedule my work, so I'm able to see them also in the critical path. So this is the highlighted red ones are my critical activities. The same I will take, for example, my parking. So this is my parking, so I can just create my activities. I can simply create the structure. So this is my parking one. Now, I'm able to link them as well, so I can just link them, or I can simply link them in a very fast way. And now what else I'm able to do with it? I'll just show it. What else I'm able to do with it is I'm able to reschedule only the particular activities. So I can, for example, I have selected the 4 activities, and I can reschedule only the selection. So this gives me the availability to have the what-if analysis. So by this way, I can easily, for example, even after the reschedule, I can undo my job or redo it again. Now let me just link this one, and I will simply reschedule it. On the BIM part, I would like to see the view. So this is my view. I don't need the properties one. Okay, so now I have my foundation activities, my parking lot activities, and let's see the simulation. So my simulation is going on, of course, without the build order. However, I can make the very fast way the build order. Okay, so now as we have created our activities from the model, what else we can do? We can go for the proper planning. For example, we can have a different view in order to create our the proper planning with the quantity takes off. So let me show all. I will show the activity. So I'll show the summary on the BIM part. I will show the view. So this is my activity. Now, the quantities what we are able to get, or the information that we are able to get, is first of all IFC product count. For example, how many columns that we have in our activity. For example, we are able to see the number of the columns. If I will select it, you can see all these columns. We are able to see the product volume information and the product area information. So this all information is coming from the model. If I will show you the properties pane, the one which I was mentioning, for us is important, the volume information, or also the area. So if I will select, for example, each element, you can see that it's displaying the information of each element. If I will be adding, for example, each element, our quantities are increasing because we are selecting each element. So this is the correct way. Now, okay, once we have our product volume, what we can do in this case, so I will take this column close to my task quantity. So for example, we have our footings. So our footings is my cubic meter. So I can just simply copy this information and paste to my quantity. I can select whether it is the square meters or the meters or any other unit. You can have an unlimited number of the different type of the units. So this is my cubic meters, and now I'm able to select, okay, are we going to work per hour or per day? Let's say I will say that we are able to we would like to calculate our production rate per hour. Let's say I will add the 2 cubic meters per hour. So it will calculate me the average or the exact duration, or not this one, I will take the different color. Okay, how many days or what is the time period I need in order to complete 32.33 cubic meters if I'm going to work 2 cubic meters per hour. So this option, actually, it's very powerful, because, for example, even though, let's say I would like to say that, okay, what should be my production rate if I would need to complete my work, for example, in 1 day. So I will just type 1 day, and the Powerproject automatically calculates me the work rate that I should be working in order to complete this amount. So by this way, for example, what I just showed you is there is a possibility to take the quantities from the model and apply it for your project plan.